Okay, so now that you've watched today's learning video, I'm going to give you a few tips for some of the problems in today's problem solving that you have. So talking about volume and capacity, we're starting off with challenge 1 here, and it says calculate how many millilitres of water each watering can holds. So you can see that each watering can tells us how much it holds in litres. Now you know from your measure facts that 1 litre is 1,000 millilitres. So to find out how many millilitres are in each can, what we have to do is multiply the amount of litres by 1,000. So the first watering can here, question A, says it has 5.7 litres. Now 5.7 multiplied by 1,000. Whenever we are multiplying by 1,000, we're thinking back to our place value at the very start of P6. We've got our ones house, our decimal point, and our tenths house. Our tens, hundreds, and thousands. Now when we multiply a number by 1,000, that number moves up 3 houses, 1, 2, 3. The decimal point always stays where it is. So the 5 has moved into the thousands house, 1, 2, 3. The 7 follows it, and we fill in any blanks with zeros as placeholders. We don't need to do a 0.0 because that doesn't mean anything. There are no numbers after the decimal point. So 5,700 millilitres. When we're changing from litres to millilitres, we multiply by 1,000. Challenge 2 is word problems. So what you're going to have to do there is read the information carefully and choose what strategies you're going to use. What I would always do whenever I'm reading the information is make a note or highlight the keywords as a reminder from the problem. So for example, question 1, a cruise liner takes 7 days, I'm going to have to remember that, to sail from Cape Town to Gibraltar and uses 3,800 litres of fuel per day. If the ship had 28,000 litres of fuel on board at the start of the voyage, how much was left in the tanks when she reached Gibraltar? So it uses 3,800 litres of fuel on one day. How much fuel does it use in 7 days? So you'll be able to think what strategy, what maths operation you're going to do to work that out. Then what you'll have to do is find out the answer to the final question, which is how much was left in the tanks when she reached Gibraltar, how much was left. So she started off with this amount of fuel. You will by now have worked out how much fuel she used on the voyage, and you'll be able to then work out how much was left. Okay, you have to think to yourself, how will I find out how much is left? So work through the problems one step at a time and decide what strategy you're going to use to solve them. Are you going to multiply? Are you going to add? Are you going to subtract? Or are you going to divide? Question 2 says the chef has prepared 60 litres of minestrone soup for lunch. Each bowl of soup is 200 millilitres. And question A says how many passengers could have a bowl of soup? Now we know that the bowls hold 200 millilitres, and we know that there's 60 litres of soup altogether. So what we're going to do first of all is change the litres into millilitres so that we're talking about the same unit of measurement here. So to change litres into millilitres before, like we said with challenge 1, we multiply by 1,000. So 60 litres is 60,000 millilitres. Now we have to see how many 200s we can fit into that. So our sum is a dividing sum because we're seeing how many 200s will fit into 60,000. When you write that down as a dividing sum, it looks pretty tricky. But what we can do with a dividing sum like this, where both of the numbers are multiples of 10, in this case they're both multiples of 100, we can balance out our zeros. If I divide this number by 10, if I take a 0 off, I can also take a 0 off this side. And I can do the same again. I can take 2 off each side. I can't take any more off this number because there aren't any more here. Okay, so now my sum has become 600 divided by 2. 600 divided by 2. I'm going to get rid of my little comma there because it doesn't make sense now. So 600 divided by 2, and if I know 6 divided by 2, I know 600 divided by 2 is 300. So the answer to that would be 300 bowls of soup. That little division strategy will come in useful for some of the other problems that you'll get in questions 2 and 3. Moving on to question 4, and this is a question about volume. So we talked about this earlier with the centimetres cubed on our learning video. Work out the least number of boxes of tissues that Lisa must add to this display to make this display of boxes into a cuboid. So we have a display of boxes here, and the challenge is how many more boxes will we need to make it into a cuboid. Now, if you were in school, you could use multi-link like this to help you visualize the problem. It's always useful to visualize word problems so that they make more sense for us. You could use multi-links and simply start adding more on to try and make it into a cuboid, and that way you could work out how many you would need. But you don't have multi-link cubes at home. So if you want to visualize this, you could look in your house for anything that you have, little cubes like maybe gravy stock cubes, or if you have a baby brother or sister, maybe they have those little learning cubes that young children sometimes play with, if you can. That's always a good thing to do to help you visualize it. If not, you can just have a go at picturing it in your head and seeing how many more cubes you think you'll need to make a regular cuboid. Part B of question 4 says the volume of one box is 50 centimetres cubed. What is the total volume of the cuboid? Now, once you've worked out how many cubes you need to make the cuboid, then you can multiply that number by 50, because each cube holds 50 centimetres cubed. Question 5, the table shows the different bottles of spring water that the passengers ordered in 1 week. How many litres of spring water were ordered in these different sized bottles? So we have a 500 milliliter bottle, a 1 litre bottle, a 1.5 litre bottle, and the number of bottles of each size that were ordered. So it's going to be, I'm not going to tell you the kind of operation you're going to need to do here, but you think to yourself, do I need to add, multiply, take away, or divide to work out the total amount of litres that were in each bottle? And then you need to apply that to the final question for finding out all 3 sizes of bottle, how much water was in that. Challenge 3, as usual, is a bit of a brain teaser, so it'll require careful thinking. At the poolside soft drinks bar, the attendant has these amounts of fruit juice on a 1 litre measuring jug. Got 500 millilitres of mango, 250 of pineapple, 100 of lemon, and 50 millilitres of lime, and this 1 litre jug here. And the attendant says, I can make 11 different mixed fruit drinks by pouring 2 or more of these measured amounts of fruit juice into an empty 1 litre jug. Is she correct? And you've got to investigate that. You have to see how many possibilities there are. For example, I could do let's say we could do a mixed fruit drink of mango and pineapple. Okay. And the amount there is 500 millilitres plus 250 millilitres. That's 750. So would that fit into my 1 litre bottle? Yes, it would. So there is one possible drink I could make. You have to see how many you could make. The minimum amount obviously is 2. Okay, but you could do like a mango and a pineapple and a lemon drink. You could mix 3 together, or you could mix 4 together if that works as well. How many different possibilities are there? Was she right to say there are 11, or are there more than 11 you could do, or less? And the maximum capacity of your jug is 1 litre. So whatever drink you make, it can never go over 1 litre. Once you find out all those possibilities, you can try question B. She tops up the jug with orange juice. How much orange juice does she add for each fruit drink? Well, I made this mango and pineapple drink, which was 750 millilitres. The capacity of my jug is 1 litre. So if I want to add orange juice to that, to top it up, I'm going to have to add 250 millilitres of orange juice, because that will equal 1 litre altogether. For all your drink combinations, you have to just add in however much orange juice you need to fill the jug up to its maximum capacity.